Welcome back, episode 14 of the 167 podcast. Boys are up and about. Big win on the weekend, Mother's Day, and what else? Not much.
The only thing I pretty much did on game day was look after the three kids while Bianca and a couple of other partners and mums and dads went and walked on Mother's Day Classic. So, yeah, they were pretty chuffed. And I think they had a great morning. So, I didn't have a great morning, but I'm glad all the women did.
You played well, though, so it might work. You might have the kids more often.
Bit of chaos in the morning for them. It works.
Well,
Works
I won't
well.
dive into it a little bit more, but you played one of your best games this year. There's no perfect partners. I'm not going to go and put any pressure on you, mate.
That's right.
But
Straight
lock
off
up
the
your
bat.
daughters, boys.
Yeah, straight off the bat. We don't like that. But let's direct it straight to Dave. How'd your date go, mate?
Yes.
Well, date didn't end up happening on Tuesday.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for a very good reason, and I'll accept it, because she was going to Vietnam on Thursday, and she still hadn't got her visa sorted. So she was panicking and on the phones to the consulate and stuff. So I was like, you got other things on your mind. You got to deal with that. All good. I'm going to go home and make some dinner by myself.
So
sure?
Kind of sounds like a bit of a lie or excuse.
doesn't
I don't
it a
know.
bit?
It just doesn't add up. No one leaves their visa for that late, personally. But
Yeah.
I'm not calling her a liar or
So
anything.
when we left the potty the other day, how far? So you'd left the studio. You were very keen.
Because remember, you had his number one jumper on.
You had your number ones on, your mushroom and frog. I think it
Yeah,
was.
mushroom and frog jumper. It actually matches a tattoo I've got here, so that's good.
Oh,
Oh,
shit!
a mushy.
The magic mushies.
That's a big mushy too.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. So then, what? You left the studio and got that message, or what was the?
Well, I was still at the office, and then she was sort of like, oh, fuck, this situation's stressing me out. I'm like, oh, hope it all gets sorted. And then at about, 5-ish, she was like, nah,
So
I don't think I'm going to make it.
You knew it was
So
coming. She planted the seed, and then
She did, yeah.
and now she's gone.
Now she's gone, yeah.
And now you can't. Okay, that's
Have you made any contact with her since she's been in Vietnam?
Yeah, we've been chatting. And I got added to her close friends story, so I could see
Hey.
all
That's
this.
a bit
Yeah.
stalkish.
nice.
Oh,
Yes.
at least one of us is doing well. It's good to hear, mate. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Nah, you're on. You're on. She'll come back and be keen. So
I'll see if she's got a sister for you, Paps.
Oh, come on now. The grass ain't always greener on the other side, mate. You're right.
Oh, straight off the bat, boys, straight into me.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
bro's just getting
Wasn't
roasted.
expecting it. Yeah.
Nah, apologies, mate.
DP, let's go, baby.
Can you use that?
Can I don't know.
Oh, skiing, the bro skiing.
Husey, what have you been up to?
Nah, cruising. Yeah. Just been chilling. Good win on the weekend. Mole's mum come down actually for the parents' weekend. Dad was here a couple of weeks ago, so he got cut from the parents' weekend, and Mole's mum come down, and she, you boys know what she's like. She's a massive fan of myself and the team, and obviously you boys. So she was stoked to be a part of that.
Shout out Bernie.
thing, yeah.
She, as we were walking through the tunnel, I seen my mum there. I went to go give her a kiss on the cheek, and then Bernie pops out of
Did she
nowhere.
sneak in? Did she?
Snuck one in. So
Was it on the cheek or was it on the lips?
Yeah, she was trying the lips, but only the cheek.
It's pretty funny. I was talking to, I think Mole come in the sheds, and obviously the girls had a few wines, the mums, and Mole would come up to me. She's like, I was like, your mum blind? Like, she drunk? Like, she had a few wines. She's like, yeah, she's pissing me off. She won't leave Paps alone. She's fucking in love with her, man. It's just so embarrassing. And I was like, oh, that's your problem. I'm out of here. I'm going back to the ices.
Very respectful. Very respectful. Nah, she's good. It's good having her there. She broke the tensions, Just made it a bit easier, but it was good down. We'll touch on that parents' weekend, but
It's the best. One of my favourite weekends for sure.
and but their academy parents were down as well,
Yep,
weren't they?
everyone was down. There was a fair few. I think it was the most parents they've ever come down.
Yeah.
So it was a good turnout. And then we had the women's game after us as well. We had to obviously guard honour for them too, so that was pretty special. I'm pretty sure the girls would have got a big kick out of that. And then obviously the Jersey Flag boys played before. Disappointing loss, but it's just good to have all the mums and dads around just to see. There's so many, it's so funny. You see so many guys, mums and dads, and you can just see like a splitting image of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes obviously same personalities and stuff, but yeah, it's just funny to see the parents around. Obviously, a lot of them are characters and they love a drink, so it's just good to see them in their own comfortable habitat.
Actually, I got a funny story on that. We were walking back to the post-match function, and Deb and Steve were sort of walking as well, and they had Jackson with him, and Jackson's just taken off. And then Deb yells out, "Jackson, slow down. Papi can't walk that fast." Jackson turns around and goes, no. Just keeps running. I'm like, that's definitely Munster's kid.
Yeah.
Poor Stevie boy, he was
100%,
struggling
poor
after the big day.
Yeah, Stevie boy.
He's
He
not
was
used to it.
he was good. He was having a good time. You were saying how, the parents, that's you and Stevie boy.
Oh,
Saying-
mate,
he
so
was
funny.
blind. He was absolutely. I remember seeing him. He had like 4 drinks, and I think he was late because we done the 3-2-1s obviously, and I think Mun got the 2,
Yeah, that's right.
but Mun wasn't there.
Yeah.
Neither was the parents, and Stevie boy come late, and I was like, bro, you got to go up there, and he's like, do I? He's like holding his drinks. He's like, do I? And I was like, nah, you're too late. And then he was like, oh, it's all good.
You can just picture this. We got home. He's blind. Shirt off on the couch, making himself at home. Turned the TV on. Mum ordered noodle box for him. He's got out of the couch and he stumbled into the wall. His knee buckled. He fell over and then he come up. Oh mate, it was. I wish I took a video of it, but it's not obviously a Stevie segment. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Stevie Munster,
I
one of
know
the
they look
greats.
forward to that weekend, so it's good that they all have a bit of a crack.
They do like it. It's sort of
Good
good.
to
They
see.
all just hang out now as well, I reckon. There's like
Yeah, the little crew.
a little crew that's sort of been here for a few years now. So very good. But Mun, without further ado,
Yep.
let's get into the primer.
Oh yes, boys. Hey, this primer is brought to you by the 167 Potty now because we're all a part of it. We might as well go on the space of Mother's Day on the weekend. So anything of an embarrassing moment that your mum's caught you, or a lie, or anything that's involved your mum, and your part, obviously your younger life or now. Is there any lies or anything that you can remember that you got away with your mum or someone saw that was pretty embarrassing?
Sounds like you've got one, Mun.
Yeah.
I do.
Take us away.
I'll go first then. Actually, 2021. I think we played against South. So I did like a little bit of ligaments in my foot, so in my Liz Frank. Didn't think much of it. My sister was getting married that weekend, so I flew up really quickly. Got up there. Foot was a balloon. Didn't think much of it. Decided to dance on the D floor with Mum. Mum, Dad didn't want to dance, so I ended up taking the first dance with Mum. And I thought I'd be smart and try and be, know a little bit of dancing. And I tried to obviously go like that with her on the ground, and I dropped her because my foot gave way. It was how painful it was, and I dropped my mum on the D floor, and everyone was watching at my sister's wedding, and everyone was like, and I went, "Oh, Mum!" and I had to go try and grab her and try and salvage the situation, but the damage was already done. Poor Mum just laid first back on her back. I was like,
Poor Dad. No.
so that was probably my embarrassing moment with my mum. But I'm sure you blokes have got something a little bit different. But yeah, that's probably one of the moments that I would love to have back.
Oh, I can't think of one at the moment, eh? Do you have one?
Not for me. I don't reckon. I've been pretty good. I reckon Mum would say I've been the easiest out of the 3 kids.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon that's what she'd say.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Dane was a little bit of a rat bag. Abby was like obviously the firstborn, so she just wanted to do like what her older friends were doing. And
Yeah.
actually, I do have a good story, but it's not me. Well, it sort of is. So Abby, she's 18 months older than me.
Yep.
She was fresh. Oh, she wasn't even 18. She would have been 16, 17. Being told during the week she was going to have a sleepover to friends, whatnot. I was like, oh, yeah, sweet, whatever. Go on my social media, as you do, as a 15-year-old kid. I was like, Mum, Abby's not at her friends.
Oh.
So I've snitched.
Knocked on her.
Mum's called Abby. She hasn't answered. And then I don't know how they figured out where she was, but ended up driving to see where she was, and she was blind.
Oh,
She was
no.
blind, like vomiting out the car door, everything. And then, yeah, I feel like it's on me. She wouldn't have been caught if I didn't expose her. So
No.
Was it like a story, or was that just a photo she posted, or someone posted and you just followed?
no,
must
I
have
think
seen
she might have been like at the shopping centre. I was like, isn't she at Sam's house or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Mum's like, yeah, I think so. I was like, no, look, she's here.
Oh, no.
And then I think a call come in,
shit.
and they were filthy. And I reckon that situation scarred me from doing anything like that. So maybe it was
Like getting
planned.
into that.
Maybe it was just
of a lesson.
a bit of a lesson, just to Rach using her old tricks. But yeah, that's probably one that got me in.
Yeah.
Abby still hates me for it, but that's all right. Thought I'd expose her.
Well, on the same, yeah. Mum used to be. I used to call Mum like early hours of the morning, like say if I was like at a party or something, and I'd get her to pick me up, which is kind of normal. But I felt like I took the piss at times where it was just like every weekend I just feel like, yeah, Mum, can you pick me up?
And now it's Molly.
Oh, Bernie went through a
Oh,
stage.
yeah.
Bernie she was always worried about me, so she always picked me up late nights And it's not Mo, it's just Uber. She's just waiting at home for the Uber, like she said. So, nothing that I can think of. Probably just, Mum coming solid on the late nights out.
Yeah, it's fair. They do a good job, don't they? The
Yeah.
I was
mothers?
hoping to get a couple more spicy answers out of
I'm
you.
trying to think. Like, I don't think I've really.
I thought for
had
sure.
to lie
I thought
to-
you would have lied or thrown rocks or water bombed someone or egged someone's house. I thought there would have been something like a little bit of mischief in there.
I think I always used to just push the boundary with Mum, like in terms of like swearing and like trying to run away from her so she didn't hit me with the wooden spoon. Or
I felt like
Put
my
soap
mum was
down
the
the
chilled one out of my parents. Like she would let me get away with,
blue murder.
like heaps of shit. I don't know why. Maybe because I was the only boy, but she used to be pretty good with me. Well, I don't know if it's good or bad, but she used to let me get away with lots of stuff. So
Marcel can skull though, just quietly.
yeah, she
beat the boys.
She beat the boys in the skull off on the weekend.
on the red wine. So
She necked it down. It was on her first rodeo.
Yeah, she could have gone the bottle.
yeah, lucky she didn't. She would have been torched. The funny thing, I'll give a story actually. The funny thing, like me and my sisters always joke about it. Whenever like after a game she gets blind, she tries to act like she's not blind, but then she gets like aggressive towards my sisters.
What, like telling them off? Being
Yeah,
like,
just
don't-
like,
I'm not
shut up,
drunk.
you bitch. And, like doing all that sort of stuff. It's so funny, bro. Like, and then my sisters just like, poke at her though, like make her fucking get aggressive. But it's funny. Like every time we're driving home, they just into her, and then she starts getting aggressive and starts like shadow boxing.
Marcel, man, one of a kind.
She loves the wines, that girl.
Bigger things over the weekend too. Fev. Our big fan of the week last week. Munster
Yeah.
gets the prediction.
6. He kicked the bag, boys.
6
Bro,
goals.
Hey, but
6
I think it
goals.
was 10 behinds too, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
He kicks 10 behind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he-
6 and 10.
yeah, and I was spraying. I was like 10 behind, but he reckons he was doing bicycle kicks and doing all crazy shit. So we'll let him off with that one.
Poor,
Yeah, I saw someone say, I think he scored like 45 out of their 55 points.
And they won, bro. They won
Yeah.
their first win. He was because he come to our after function after our game, and he was talking about how good he felt that he was able to help them win their first game. And I've seen a few clips of it. Like there was so many fans out there, heaps of fans. Guy Sebastian unfortunately done his Achilles. His Achilles, but he was out there as well, and they made a pretty cool thing of it, and got their first win in over 3 years or something, 2 years.
I seen the clip of him doing his Achilles, and he looked behind to see if anyone
so-
threw a rock
How,
at him.
could you hear it as well?
Yeah,
It's
it was
so
that.
loud.
Do you reckon- Was that it? You
I
reckon?
reckon, yeah. That's what it's like. That was what Dino's was like when he did it. And you
Just hear
like,
it pop, eh?
oh.
He looked behind to see if anyone
Someone
threw something at
kicked
him.
him, eh?
Or kicked him, yeah.
Did you see at
Terrible
half
feeling.
time, right? So it must happen in the second half. So at half time he performed
Yeah, he sung. Yeah,
the song and he sort of put the like mocker on himself. He sort of suggested he was going to do a hamstring or something.
oh no,
And he's come out and done his Achilles. So
Oh, no. See,
spoken into existence,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But no, very good turnout. I think Fev had to jet off and play for his actual.
yeah, that's what he was saying. I was like, "Do you have a few beers?" And he's like, "Nah, I had to go play for Sunbury East or something. That's his normal team."
Northern
Yeah,
or
he had
something?
to
Yeah.
play. Had to play again, so he played 8 quarters in
He
one
wouldn't have
day.
been running a whole heap, I don't reckon, Fev. I reckon he just needs full forward.
Sit in the pocket.
Did
Eh?
you see his one hand bloody take? He still had it.
Yeah, he still got it.
He's like he's a big boy though. Like he's not like if he's running at you, you're not moving.
Nah,
Like,
you're moving out of the
you're
way.
moving out of the way, yeah.
Fuck,
He's steaming. He's like a Nelson.
And he's still got the silky kicks. So
And we know he listens, so shout out Fev.
yeah,
There you go, Fevy.
get you on
Stuff,
soon.
mate.
He's keen to jump on, so we'll get him on
We'll
soon.
have to get him a late night show then.
Might cost us a bit though, but it'll be worth it. It'll
See
be
what
worth
we
the
can
stories.
Anything else, boys, over the weekend? What day is it today? Tuesday.
Nelson
Well,
back.
Mother's Day.
Oh,
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day,
Did the boys do anything for their mums, or was
Really?
it business as usual? Was
Yeah.
it?
I went down to the last minute florist down the road, got some flowers for mum
How
and
expensive?
$85 each.
Each.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went full out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mum and Dad.
Bianca as
I said
well?
Mum and Bianca.
Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad. No, Dad doesn't deserve them. So yeah, they went out for their little Mother's Day classic. So I quickly asked Dad to look after 3 kids. Don't ask me why I asked him, but lucky that I was asleep at the time. And I went down and quickly got them and
Yeah, nice.
brought them back and brought them a couple of things. The boys brought them for their little pocket change. They get a little monthly allowance, $5.
10K.
Little monthly from you,
10K.
yeah.
$5 each.
10K.
So they brought mum something nice. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I was pretty much looking after a fourth kid anyway when Dad came down. But, anyway.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What'd
I
you
went
do,
out to dinner on
Night
not
before?
Captain's Run night, the night
Night
before.
before. Day off.
They come down early. They drove down, so we went to Squire's Loft
Oh, yeah. Which one?
spot.
Squire's Loft's
in
good.
Cheltenham.
Oh, just
Down
on the
my
road.
way. Yeah. Really nice.
Squire's
Great
is good,
steak.
yeah.
Oh.
Did you get the ribs?
No, I only got the steak. I was tossing up whether to eat the ribs or not, but I thought, I'm gonna go steak, mushroom sauce, baked potato. Oh, it was
He loves
very
that.
good.
So is that your normal routine now after the way you played on the weekend?
Well, because it was a couple of days before. It's like I don't know.
You don't really
Oh.
have a certain
Yeah.
meal that day? Yeah.
Okay.
Everything else was good though, apart from actually I went and just jumped on the swing set on my game day walk this week.
Swing step.
Just went down
What,
to the local
swings?
park and hopped on the swings. You would have seen on my post.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
did.
saw
On
that.
my gram.
Very cute stuff.
Well,
I
yeah,
was like, I'm going
wholesome.
to change the walk up because I've learned this thing right. Once again, just been down a rabbit hole of reading.
Just like-
I usually walk the same path, like game day
Game
walk.
day, yeah.
I'll go like down towards the beach and go right side and then left side occasionally. But I was like, I'm going to go just around the streets this week. So I did a few laps around the block and then found a park and then I had a swing set and I was like, I'm just going to sit here and
Just have a swing.
chill for a bit. Everyone was on their Mother's Day walks. I was just swinging on the swing.
Watch
little
it.
But it was
Again.
good because it gives you like makes you think different.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
different paths that you
Yeah.
walk on. So that was my inspiration and it worked well. So that might
like
have
it.
to stay in the routine.
So you're
Yeah,
saying you're
yeah.
gonna have to go find a little Sydney swing on Saturday against the Sharks?
Potentially.
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney,
Sydney swings.
Sydney swings, maybe.
See, you got your head in the wrong way.
Yeah. Screw
better.
them up. What about you, Hughesy? You take Marcel out or what?
Nah, I asked her.
Or Bernie? Bernie was down too, yeah.
Yeah. No, they went on the walk as well, actually. Bernie and Mole. So I got to sleep in. Well, no, I didn't actually. I got up early and took Honey to the park. So, yeah, no, I
cold?
didn't. I text Mum. I said, "Did you want to come in early for brekkie?" And she said, "No, I'll hang out with the girls, so her daughters." So, which is fair enough. And then just asked her what she wanted. She wanted a pair of runners, so I got her a pair of runners.
What runners do you get?
Hawker.
Oh.
Hawkers. She
Hawkers.
wanted like gym shoes sort of thing. I
Yeah.
swear she goes through them every 3 months. Like every time I ask her birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, she says shoes.
Actually, you know what? I took Rach
Running
out
shoes.
to get some shoes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
So-
Adidas?
out of shoes, yeah.
Oh, so freebies. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
no, well,
the
that's,
best, mate.
that's the thought
Look
that
out,
counts.
mate.
No, she can choose whatever
She wanted
wants.
Asics, mate,
Yeah.
and you gave her
Nah.
you gave her bloody
She wanted the
Adidas.
3 stripe.
Yeah.
She's been wearing them to the gym. She likes them. She's really lightweight.
Oh, well, since we're talking about shoes, what's that saying on your shirt?
Well, let's be honest. Like, I didn't know what it meant until we come in here today, and now I feel so bad. But
What's it
no
mean?
one can see it, so
What's it mean?
just like something in French about shoes.
I think it's a quote from a song. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
more.
yeah.
Okay.
Like ABBA, I think they.
I don't think
sang
that's
it.
the exact same quote though from that song. I swear it's different.
Doesn't it say, why don't you sleep with me?
What?
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Oh, what's
Is that
that
what it
song?
says?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is that song?
Is that what it says?
Yeah. So I didn't realize what it meant until we
Oh,
come in here,
so it's
and
a
now,
song.
yeah.
You
it's-
feel bad.
And what does it mean,
I feel
Dior?
bad.
It means, would you like to sleep with me tonight?
Tonight. Does it actually say tonight as well?
Yeah, I think it's tonight. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Send in,
I'm
the photos of
embarrassed.
you sleeping in your bed with your pair of shoes, and we'll get a little segment going for Paps.
No, I'm not, we're
Did
not
you guys
proving
ever
that.
used to like sleep with footy balls when you were younger?
Yeah, the first footy, the red one, the squishy one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to sleep in my kit before the game next day.
Actually, if we're going down that path, sometimes when it was really fucking cold, I'd sometimes like sleep in my school uniform, so I didn't have to get changed in the morning.
Ah,
Yeah, because my parents were so tight, so they didn't want to put the heater on. So I just, not like top, but like pants and
everything
socks.
else.
yeah, wow.
Yeah,
And then just wake up straight to school.
yeah.
True.
It's a good
Did
tip
I
if
say
you
that?
want to stay warm. And
Yeah.
it was cold out in Kellyville, man.
Surely you had some other clothes better than school uniform.
Yeah,
too.
but like it was the fact of like, you know,
Oh,
when
not having to get in
you know
the
when you
shower.
get out of
and
the
that-
shower
Yeah, it's freezing.
and it's
yeah,
freezing,
yeah,
and you're
okay.
like,
Oh, yeah.
you just hate yourself for a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you jump in a pool and the first second your body hits the water, like you
Yeah.
just.
Yep.
That was my mentals.
Yeah, right.
So.
I'll tell you, the weather now, it's getting like that. Like,
But beautiful when the sun
yeah,
comes
but
out.
like in the morning, getting in and out of the shower, it's freezing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then during the days,
Mickey
really,
Mouse.
it's hot as.
Yeah, it's actually. I think that's the
been
thing about Melbourne. Hey, the seasons go longer. Don't you reckon? Like,
It's like the
felt like
water
this
when you go,
summer
and like I've gone to the water every now and then. When it's summer, it's still a little bit cold, but then when it gets to winter, it's still a little bit hot. Have you ever felt that?
no.
No. So you know when like winter's gone and it just turns into summer, or even autumn,
Yeah.
and the water's still cold, and it takes a while for the water to get back to the normal temperature in summer.
Oh, you mean
The
summer,
water.
winter
so
to summer?
I ruined that wrong. Yeah. So like when
yeah.
it's summer, and then when it gets just to winter, the water's still a little bit warm, and then obviously when you get through the winter, the back end of the winter, and it gets into autumn, the water's still cold. Have you felt that? No.
No, sometimes I feel if the sun's out and then the top part of the water's mad and then you go lower and it's freezing.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, yeah. No, I haven't really ever thought
Did
of
I
it.
explain that right?
Are you talking about shower
think so.
water or
No, I'm talking about the ocean.
ocean?
I'm talking about the ocean. So like when
You
you
don't
go
go
through
in the
winter,
ocean, boy. What are you talking about?
I'm in there all the time, bro. Look at my tan, bro.
Oh, look at that. Can we get a visual on that?
I want to look at the 6 bros. You want to look at the 4 bros? Bang.
The bros are there,
Casper.
but that is very.
Oh man, if I had a little bit of Hughesy skin, man, my skinnies would be like 25.
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll next segment, please.
you need to get out in the sun. Well, the next segment's about footy. So,
Oh, beauty.
are we going into footy? We are going into footy.
Let's get into footy.
Let's talk about it. Boys are on a high still. It was pretty good result. Good turnout. Parents weekend.
I think for me personally, looking at it, like I like the way you've been going about things the last couple of weeks, Pappenhausen. Just the expectation. Like I feel like every time we go into games, we have a high expectations of ourselves, but I feel like you've not lowered it, but you've just gone, boys, like whatever happens, but don't have any expectations on certain things that we've done during the week or things we've reviewed or things we've looked at. So I think it's really made myself or my process a little bit easier instead of being all about outcome based. So I think you bringing that vibe or bringing those little tools at the last couple of weeks has really probably changed my mindset in the way we played or I played. So no, it's really made me a little bit more laid back, which is good sometimes, but sometimes not so good.
Sometimes maybe good.
Yeah, I reckon I'm back man up there without sharing too much of what we do behind the scenes. But yeah, perhaps just gives it a more chilled vibe, I think, going into games and trainings. It's at times it's pretty uptight and like a bit serious at times, and I think you really break that down for the boys, and I think it's a great way for us to play our footy. That's when we're at our best, and I think especially the younger boys, that's what they need these days. So it's been good the way you've been looking at.
Yeah, just all
Looking at
perspective,
stuff.
Like I don't know if I look at that stuff like that if I don't go through what I've been through. So it's like it's a full. What do they call it? The
Full circle.
full circle moment. Yeah, but in saying that, like I think it's a realization too that like teams that come up against us, like they've got a plan. But if the plan's not working, they'll shift. And I think because we do so much, it's like if we have an open mind to it, we're not going to be disappointed by it. We're just we get on with it and be able to read it as it goes. And it's like, well, if we can have that mentality, we've got a lot of guys who are good at playing footy, so we should be held in good stead. So, yeah, there's no big science behind it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's, helping with our footy at the moment. And I think each week we're getting a bit more confident, which is nice.
The footy's actually, it's hard to dictate. We know we'll probably go into a little bit later with that tipping, but the first couple of games teams blew them off the park in the first half, and then that momentum swings really like changed. Like I think it was 3 or 4 games before we even played that the team that was up ended up losing the game. So it's an interesting one.
There was a bit of a trend over the weekend, the comeback, and especially even the last couple of weeks, I feel like there's been a lot of close games and a lot of comebacks where you never used to see that back in the day. If people were leading by 20, they wouldn't lose, but there'd be once or twice. But, seems like there's a bit of a trend in the game where teams are coming back into the games, and I think the couple games before us, all of them that were trailing at half time, they all come back and won. So it was, we sort of spoke about it as well. At half time, we said, teams behind have been winning, so let's make sure we, foot to the pedal, and lucky enough we were to do that. But it feels like there's no game won. someone's always in the game at the moment, and it just shows by some of the scores.
No, I definitely agree. It's like you could sort of see, but we were the last game of the week, though, or second last, but I think because those games happened, you could just see everyone was like, no, not us. Like, and we've had our games like that, so it's sort of, I guess, a blessing in disguise. You take the lesson from it. But
would you hold the record, you reckon, for most tries in 15 minutes? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I know there's obviously people who scored 6 tries in the game and that. But you scoring 3 tries in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't you score 4 in
11 or something?
Yeah, 11 minutes. The
game.
Broncos game.
The Broncos.
Oh, 11. There you go. You beat it already.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But, mate, can we talk about that? Because you missed the easy kick in front to make it 36 points.
Yeah.
You hit the post, and then you bombed 2 tries, and then you're trying to get me to challenge it because you're angry about dropping it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that was actually...
It was mature, eh?
The challenge... Do you reckon did you touch that ball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he touched it first. I was like, but then
but it was
going backwards.
Yeah.
I thought I did think it lucky you two are really switched onto it because I was like challenge, and you're like, nah, I think he knocked it back. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I realized I was like, oh yeah, right. But, no, I don't know that kick. I've been missing my kicks left, and I think that was sort of in my head when I kicked it, and I just
too far
pushed it a bit right.
So you were thinking about the outcome for process.
Yeah, the self one got in front of the self too.
But you've been kicking really well. I think you're 10 from 11.
Yeah, well,
then that could have been a clean sheet.
Boys made some easy kicks of it, which was nice. But
I don't know about that.
I think the hardest kick I had was my first one that I scored.
The sideline, you milled it. It was
hit it well, hit it nice. But no, I don't know. It was good. Like Hinchy ran out with 3 minutes to go and said, "Oh mate, like if you get a field goal here or you get 2 points, you get the record or something."
Actually, I remember you telling me, like, get me in position.
Oh fuck!
No, you were. You're telling me about I want to beat my own record.
Lay the line.
You're like, mate, give me a little inside play. I was like, mate, this is obviously channel and get to a kick and get out. Mate, I want this record.
That's definitely not true, but no, I don't know. It was just a good. Felt like I was kidding it, eh?
Yeah.
Well, you're 37 tries in A Park. I think you're 7 off Slatsy.
That's crazy, eh? That's like...
you would never think that, eh?
No way. He scored...
Yeah, but
heaps of
Amy
tries.
Park was... He was playing most of his footy. Not most of his footy, but... Yeah, they played at Olympic Park, I think.
And we're also fitting out Zave. He's 35.
Yeah, but you have had a lot of poor injuries as well, so that could have been... You could have been past it already, I reckon. Yeah.
I wonder where we are, man, on that.
I'm actually... I'm actually
just needed to go back.
Are you on the list?
I'm 34, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
34 tries.
X has got me by 1. Sorry, X. I'll get you back. You're not getting the ball anymore, mate.
So the try tally's pretty much gone. Once Pep scored his... Well,
actually...
Once he scored his third, I was like,
yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
I've got
we're
a bone
gone.
to pick with you as well.
Mate, you weren't getting there.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
Okay.
At the time, I know we spoke about this. At the time, I thought, damn, I maybe should have passed it. But now I've watched it back. You weren't getting there.
You could hear me though, couldn't you?
I could hear you. Didn't look at you once, but I could hear you. Didn't look at you once. No, but you know what had me was Buller's his body position was your way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he was like backing off like this, and you were on that side, and Sewer was on that side.
Yeah.
So in my head, I thought, well, if I go to Sewer here, it'll be harder for Buller to chase than you.
Who was outside Sewer? Was it Luai?
Luai and I think Naden. Oh,
it might have been
because
Naden.
he sort of gassed him for a bit.
He got away, and then someone just grabbed him.
You got the speed wobbles.
Yeah, and then you had Staines and Taruva on your close to you. So yeah, so I think it was the right decision by me.
I was hoping you passed it to me as well, and you did, which was nice. But I thought you might have dummied.
No, I should have dummied. But we nearly get it. We all scored, which is happy with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, not 4,
6,
but
7 tries.
Maybe we should just brush the try tally for all our whole career and just go yearly try tallies.
No, we're still
we're
getting
still
smoked.
away, but
He just scored 4 and 1, so I think you're leading try scorers.
Leading try scorer, leading point scorer. So you've scored 120 points this season. This week, obviously, you scored more points than any other team this weekend.
Fuck, that's crazy.
You would have beaten any
I
team.
believe that, eh?
And like I said, you've scored 120 points this season. The Knights have scored 122 points this season.
So he's 2 points off the team.
Yeah,
off the whole
team.
Newcastle Knights team.
That's crazy.
That's
And
crazy.
you didn't kick for a bit.
Yeah, the first 3 rounds or
3
something.
rounds you didn't
Actually,
kick.
I got fined today
What for?
for round 3
What?
going over the goal kicking limit time.
No, you do that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Round 3.
Wait,
Who did we play in round
how
3?
much did you get
Penrith.
fined?
$1,000.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Stiff,
that's-
right? But I've got a theory. I might get in trouble for this. But so I got charged the other week for that tackle on Jake Averillo.
Yeah.
Went to
You got
judiciary,
off.
fought it, got off.
Yeah.
That would have been $1,000. So
they
I'm
just-
thinking
They
they've
spent the
gone-
cash before.
Yeah, I'm thinking they've backlogged it and gone, what can we get him for? Goal kicking.
What?
Yeah, which is...
That can't be a thing.
But then on the weekend, I think what try was... It was the first try. I think it was one of Hoffy's kids was the ball boy,
Yeah.
and they brought out the wrong tee, and I was like, oh,
Zach? Was it Zach?
no, what's his
it's the-
daughter's name? His daughter's name, but anyway. But like they brought out the wrong tee, and I was like,
you had to go
"Fuck,
back."
does that mean the minute's still going? They had to run back to the sideline, Reeves
get it.
brought out the tee, brought it back, and I'm like, well,
So you're saying Hoffy's kids got to pay the fine?
Yeah, nah.
yeah,
Well,
Ryan Hoffman.
what if you get fined for
Well,
it?
if I get fined,
Yeah.
but like I've spent way longer than what I did in that round 3 game, so I'm like, is everything just going to be backlogged now? We're going to get to round 20, I'm going to be charged for.
Yeah, what the hell? You're
This one.
going to get to the end of the year and there's going to be all these.
It's like
Yeah.
demerit points. It's like
Kicking
demerit
things.
points when you get speeding fines
Coming
and stuff.
back.
Comes a
Ooh.
couple months in the mail. You reckon?
that's-
I got a warning maybe after that game, and it gave us a list of everyone in the NRL who was slow that round. Adam Dewey had like 5 on the list.
Poor bastard.
So I'm thinking, like,
So he-
if they reviewed all 5 and charged him for all 5, that's $5,000.
Yeah, they can't be doing
They
that.
must
I
be
reckon they
struggling
just.
for cash.
I reckon they just got back at you for
Yeah, for
getting,
getting
off.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that
Yeah.
as well. But
And also, no offense to Hoffy's kids, but that never would have happened when I was ball boy. Just saying.
He's the best.
The
true.
ultimate ball boy.
to be
when
fair,
you
they
be
did
off.
bring out Means' tea. It's very similar, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's little mistake. But that's not what the fine was for. Fine was for round 3 against
Yeah,
Penrith.
so it wasn't them. Yeah.
Okay.
which
So who was that? It must have been Charlie.
like, do I have a content? Like, do I have something to fight for? Because Means was goal kicking, he got hurt, and I had to go through a routine again.
True.
Oh, okay. Maybe put that up to the.
Yeah.
To the board.
We'll see what happens. But yeah,
I'll just
That's
ask,
crazy.
ask the club to pay for it anyway.
yeah, I get Frankie.
surely.
Surely something.
Yeah, still on the game. Paps, can you talk us through that first try you scored? Because I think everyone who's played a bit of touch footy or even footy has sort of got the ball on last, not known what to do, and just put a little grubber through. Like,
Yeah, it's
did you
exactly what it
expect
was.
that to be the outcome?
No, it started with Munn. You seen his kick? So
banana.
I passed him the ball. Munn's left-footed, and he put a right foot
Banana.
kick back to X. I knew X was going to catch it, and I was like, well, what next? Then the pass just went crossfield. Ellie threw it to Means. I was like, there's nothing doing here. Reloaded, got the ball. Seen a gap between Coruscant and Luai. I was like, well, try feed the ball through there. Got it through. Then looked up, and I could hear Sewer.
Yeah, I could hear him in the game too. Yeah,
I could hear Sewer, and I was like, I'm just going to put my foot onto it and kick it towards Sewer.
Yeah, and he wasn't even there.
It was a perfect kick for Sewer, but he wasn't there. And then when I looked up and realised he wasn't there, I was like, oh, fuck. So I was just chasing for it to not to go dead. And then as soon as it sort of bounced up, I was like, oh, shit.
You did well to get it down, bro.
Half
Like
a
it
chance
was,
here, yeah.
like it was pretty much like a one-hander. Like
I don't know how I
just
got it down.
held
yeah.
it.
It's all that.
Yoshi off Mario Kart.
I don't know how I got that down. And then you look at the one I fumbled late in the game. Like, I probably should have just caught that.
No, the game was undusted by then, but
It'd
it'd be the try of the year, I reckon,
Bro,
for us.
you
I don't
could've-
think anything's going to get a look in, to be honest.
had
Unfortunately.
some
that
good
was a
tries
pretty
this
good
year,
try.
bro.
Yeah,
That was a pretty good individual try.
Yeah,
though.
you
I
might
don't
get
think you get better
individual. I
than
think they
that.
might make it one for yourself.
But that was definitely one that I didn't, once again, no expectations, but
Yeah,
the whole play before it was like, I thought I'd regather it. I didn't get the bounce. The ball was there. I thought I'd kick it for Sewer. Sewer wasn't there.
just chase.
So I just chased because if I give away 7 tackles, then
You're gonna get sprayed by
the Bells
Kingy.
would bring it up. Yeah, or the boys would
Yeah,
bring
boys,
it
I'm
up.
just
gonna
going to
get
kick
sprayed by
the 7
Kingy.
boys. Go and make 7 tackles.
So yeah, not intentional, but it worked out well.
Nah, it was pretty good
Just
skill.
effort.
Little,
That's what that
what is
try
it?
was.
What's the play in soccer when you play FIFA? Little
Through ball.
Through ball
Put a
for
little
myself.
through ball.
Actually,
L1 triangle.
The pro clubs boys liked it.
Yeah.
They jumped on it. They were
Yeah,
very
it's
happy
beautiful.
with it. But
Mate, you done it was a great put down compared to, like, obviously Nathan bumped you and just the way you were be able to hold the ball. Do you have sticky
Yeah,
spray
that
on
was
there?
fucking had to.
yeah, I think
Can't
so.
remember.
Big hands, bro.
Oh, yeah. It was a mad try, so I'll give you try of the year. NRL might even give you try of the year.
Yeah, I don't know about it. It was cool. I'm very, very happy with it. It was nice.
It was a good try.
Nice to add to the list. But you boys linked up as well. A nice little...
Don't change the subject, mate.
yeah, nice. That was a nice little try there. It was a little touch footy, skip
I
cross
was pretty
field,
much just showing
punch the hole.
I was pretty much just showing the middles in there. Back where I was just punch a hole.
Yeah.
It's not like that, boys.
What about your celebration with Blory? That was pretty funny. You both just jumped high and hugged each other.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work on myself. I don't get a whole heap of them, so it was nice to celebrate the moment. It's been brewing. He's had some opportunities, Blory, and he just hasn't found the stripe, the big par. He's looking though. He's
Has
looking
he not
for
scored yet?
No, he has, but
Oh.
he's. We've had chances at times, and he gets his arm free. And
Yeah,
he's just
he
a little
does
bit
get
short.
close. He always pokes his nose through.
Yeah, he's been getting close, but there's no cigar. So hopefully we can get one in for him in the next couple of weeks.
That'd be nice.
Surely.
Anything else
Was
from
that
the game?
Mun? Was that something with the try you set up late in the game that you guys like spoke about or thought about at training? Because you sort of ran straight at Terrell May, who plays like 70+ minutes, and he was just grasping at air. Like, did you target him, or was that just seeing the gap and going?
I don't want to give a whole heap away, but it wasn't because of Terrell or May being there. It was just because A and B, well, we talk about A and B being so wide. A lot of people talk about looking into playing out, but I put my body looking like I was just running into behind the markers inside A. And then some blokes, obviously, at times when you're fatigued, you turn your body in and you bounce out. So it worked. It's not always working, but I just seen the space between A and B and tried to take it. So it worked on the weekend, but sometimes it doesn't work at all. Sometimes I get crunched, but it's just a play that I try and do.
I was gonna say, like, it's stuff that you practice, but like, it's not like you call it and it happens. Like, it's sort of just is on the go. Like the other week when we tried it, he passed it back to me. I got fucking cleaned up. But like, so yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like, I think the fact that we practice and you've got to be willing to try it every now and then. Like every team does it. I think we previewed them running the same play. So it's like, yeah, I think
It's just a matter of just trying to get that depth right and timing.
Yeah,
Good play, though.
it was a good
And
play.
Big Nelson back this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was...
The fans were loving
he was
it.
real damaging, yeah. He... I think that was... He pretty much just played his game. Like, that's sort of all we asked from him when he come on. Just run hard, get quick play the balls and be effective in defence. And I thought he'd done that. He done a great job. And probably that's his work on now is just be consistent at that. Keep doing that every week. And, we all knew how good he was. And he showed that on the weekend.
Him close to the line, 10 metres out. I don't care what anyone says. You can't stop him. If he gets that momentum going, it's good luck to him. So we use him and utilise him really well on the weekend. So obviously we can go back to the drawing board on that. But anywhere close to the line with him running, mate, he just attracts defenders. So yeah, it's a good. Like Husey said, we use him well on the weekend. So hopefully we can use him again this week.
Did he practice that try celebration before? Have you seen him rehearsing?
I think him and Paps were at the back after training doing a little bit of work on the Dougies. So.
Nah, he. I think he done a post. One of his mates passed away earlier in the year, and I think it was a little tribute to him. He was moving well though for a big boy.
Yeah, he's pretty silky.
Good
with it.
Dougie.
He'd definitely been practicing it.
Yeah,
100%.
he would have been. He would have been practicing that for sure because he did look. He looked smooth with it.
Try July's coming up a couple months, boys.
I'd
Yeah.
love to talk about that. See what
Yeah,
he's
we'll
got
get
planned in the
something in the
works.
works.
Yeah, I don't have
I haven't
anything.
actually
eh?
ever scored a try in July.
You haven't? Dry.
No.
Too dry.
I'm too dry, bro.
Dry try July.
Actually, where's it talk about? How's our dry going?
Yeah, good.
Feeling all right?
Yep, feeling good. I've been having zeros, so
Better be a zero.
Been enough.
oh mate, I can't have. Unfortunately, with Better Be, I don't want to get any negativity towards them, but it still says 0.001. So there's still
Yeah, but they all say that. And they,
Nah,
No.
some of them don't. Some of
No,
them
they
say 0.0, but I think I was talking to you about it. They all have a little bit of alcohol in it.
Yeah, I feel like you have to for it to.
to
Classify. No, I don't think so. Actually,
So I had 3 the other week, and I was blind then. I thought it was just I had the head wobbles.
Why do zero alcohols?
Yeah, look
I
it
think
up.
it's something about like the process of making the beer, because in order for it to taste like a beer, it still has to be fermented.
but that's the same because
So that's false advertising then.
but what were we saying?
The yeast.
Bitter.
Lemon lime bitters.
Yeah, lemon lime bitter's got alcohol in it.
yeah, the bitters have like
bitter
a
is
tiny bit of alcohol.
Yeah, so it's
I've had 0, so
you're
I'll be
that.
disappointed.
Yeah, so it's You're allowed to, I guess.
So you've lost the bet, man.
I haven't lost the bet. It's zero. If that's the case, I'm going to be suing the zero companies. Take them to court, and then I'll be broke.
Okay, so it's very similar to how foods labelled sugar-free can still contain some sugar.
Oh,
So it's the same,
Yeah.
sort of.
so this
It's
I'm
plain
having
honest.
beer.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
No.
you are, but it's like
But like they say, right, so this sort of like
Placebo effect.
yeah, placebo, but like if you want to be healthy, you've like I think it's 2 standard drinks a week. So if you're only having
not even
if you're having 4 zero beers, it's 0.04 of a
Zero.
standard drink. So it's like
0.04. Yeah.
it wouldn't be much worse than
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
I'm not touching them again. Filthy.
Really. That's a bold statement.
What? Zero beers?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's like they are zero. I feel like you're not cheating it if you do.
all right.
That's my opinion on it.
All right.
But we'll get what the
Yeah,
everyone
see what
else
your
thinks.
opinions are.
Yeah,
I
'cause
want to see it in
think-
the I want to see it in the comments.
I think zero beer is. I think it's zero. It's under 0.5%.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we're going
which
strong
is
in our bet. We're going
0.0.
strong in
Yeah,
our bet,
no,
but just want to see.
I've had a couple wines after. I had my first one after. What was it last weekend? What game was it? Oh, Magic Crown.
It was after the Raiders game.
Yeah. Because I felt like my game was playing pretty average. So I thought, I'm going to get back to what I was doing. 2 wines after the game at our dinner, and then finally had a half decent game. So So I had 2 wines after that game as well. So I'll see how I go.
I gave him a whole pass.
Yeah, actually, and I seen someone at the thing, and he's like, "You're only allowed 2 wines." I was like, "Yeah, bro, it's my second one." He's like, "I watched the potty," and I was like, "Yeah, bro, this is
Everyone's holding you
this is my
accountable.
last one, and now I'm off home." So
Love that.
even if I did want to do it, I think there's too many 167 fans out there that will keep me on top of my.
Robbo was filthy when we had dinner after the Raiders game because he's obviously got his physio, Richie.
This is Liam Robinson, our
Yeah,
physio.
physio.
Yeah.
Richie, obviously, he's off the drink too now because I'm off it.
Richie Johnston.
Is he?
Yeah, because
He
of that.
jumped on, yeah,
he jumped
nice.
on, and now Robbo's filthy. And then he saw me have a great Northern after the game at Raiders, but it was a 0. It was a blue label. And he's like, "Wait, you're on the piss, are you?" So that means Richie can. I was like, "Have a look," and he's like, "Fuck me." And he's went back to drinking his beers.
physio buddy can't have
Just,
one.
yeah, he wants
filthy.
his physio buddy back. Yeah, he's got a lot of support from other people in the staff. Rob Dog.
Yeah. So,
True.
it's going strong,
partner,
mate.
Rob
What
Dog.
about yourself? I know you're
No,
not a
yeah.
massive drinker.
No,
Big
well,
Neely loves it.
I'm off it as well. I think Dad's calming down because he's sort of going to Europe, so he's off it a little
Saving
bit.
it.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I feel like I said, I'm not a big drinker anyway, but yeah, I feel better. I feel like it's there's actually one thing, and before we get into our tips, I want to talk about. I seen the other day, they got me triggered a little bit. The Tigers boys at the airport. Did you see that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I wanted to get our thoughts on it because I think our thoughts are quite. You can understand from both perspectives, but obviously there were a couple fans at the airport that wanted some things signed. Went up to a few of the Tigers boys. I think Jerome was FaceTiming his family or something, so looked like he completely brushed him. Fanua Pole ended up getting a photo, was it?
Yeah.
With him, and a few of the boys got a photo with him, but a couple brushed him, and it's sort of just
Yeah.
been this thing about how rude and people are into him. But I thought we would offer a pretty open perspective on it because
Yeah.
it is difficult at times, and I think you guys both can testify to.
I feel like they are sweet. I think Jerome was on his phone FaceTiming family. If I'm doing that, I don't really want to. You wouldn't go ask a random, try to talk to a random that's talking on FaceTime with someone. I feel like I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people weren't, but I'm okay with that. And I think it might have been Royce Hunt that was eating. It's your personal space while you're eating or on the phone. You're I feel like you're not entitled to take photos. Where the other boys that done it, they were sweet because they weren't doing anything. But I know those boys got a lot of backlash. So for me, if I'm on the phone or if I'm eating, I probably don't want to take a photo. After, I'm more than happy to say after I'm done, I'm happy to do it. But right now, I'm probably not. Which I don't think they done. I think they just ignored them. So I think that's what made it look like they were thinking. But yeah, I feel like sometimes fans do get a bit, I guess, entitled a little bit because, obviously, like we love our fans as well, but I think there's a time and a place to be asking for that sort of stuff. So
I think my barrier for that is there's obviously a lot of good people out there that just are big fans and want to get photos and whatnot. But what people don't see is there's actually a handful of people who want stuff signed for them to then sell. And I think that's personally that I sit on. And I know we've had this conversation before, but it's like sometimes it's hard to decipher between that and know whose intentions are clear and whose aren't. So it's like, well, you know what, like just be honest about it. If you're going to get these cards signed to sell, or, don't tell us they're for your grandchild and then we see it on eBay, because that just ruins reputation for everyone else.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd just clear that up, because I think it's something worth.
It's probably more frustrating when you see the parents get their kids to go and get them signed, and then they're going back to their dad or them, and then they're selling them. So it's like, how can I trust them now to obviously sign things for certain people? But you got to also understand too, like, you got to understand as fans, like, we all go through tough times, tough things as well. Like, they might not have, like, Jerome could have had a bad day, or someone could have been, like, you know how we always have to smile and put up a brave face and always be cheerful. Like, something could have been happening with his family, something could have been a bad thing, or that's why he's ringing his family. You just don't know. Like, I just think sometimes you got to understand the situation as well, and you can't just always just nitpick it. Oh, he was rude, he's arrogant, rah, rah, rah. Maybe there's something to the story, So you just don't know the whole scenario or whole paragraph of what the person's going through. So as fans, like, we were more than happy to go and sign stuff and do photos and stuff, but I think it's just a time and place, and just got to have a bit more of an understanding on someone could be going through something tough, or family member could be doing it tough. So we're not backing anyone up, but at the same time, like, there's obviously levels, or there's always something happening, or you just don't understand what the person's going through.
I think that's right. Like, be respectful about it, but also don't expect anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, if one of them turned around and said no, we've got to be all right with that as well, right? Like, who knows what they might have a reason for not signing or taking a photo, or like. But I think the best encounters that I've had personally have been the ones where I might be out for dinner and they'll come up and say, look, don't want to interrupt your dinner, but if after dinner, would you mind getting a photo with the kids? Perfect. Yeah. And that makes you feel like, okay, they actually respect the privacy. And on the other side, get it, like, we're athletes, we're out there. I guess it's our job to interact with the fans, because it's what pays the bills and whatnot. But I think, there's a way to do it for sure.
There's something like, I watched online, it was Steven Adams. He doesn't sign anything for people that don't say please. So, like, there's ones where people are like, oh, can you sign this? And he's like, nah, what do you say? And I'm like, what do you say? Please. And then you're like, yep, that's the one. So I know there's a lot. It's hard out there because everyone wants, signatures and that and photos, but, a little, being polite doesn't, goes a long way as well. So, there's this kid on the weekend that spoke so polite and asked for a photo, and I was like, just made me happy because he was like that, and his old man was the same. So, shout out to them.
Nice.
Was that before or after the game?
Before the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So it probably rattled him a little bit. But
yeah, no, I think it was around Magic round or something. I think it was a while ago, but then it like surfaced just before the game. So, I don't know, there's a lot of mixed opinions about it.
There's always bad stuff in the media about things we do, but then there's never always the not heartfelt messages of what other guys do. There's always the good stuff. I know you sell papers and there's always bad stuff, but there's a lot of guys that do a lot of good things, and I'm sure Jerome does a lot of good things for the community and his culture. And I think there's obviously more stuff around the game that they do, but no one ever publicised. So look, it's an interesting one, but there's always grey areas, and I'm sure we probably would have a lot of people that agree, and then there will be some ones that will be angry and disagree, but it's one of those things.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think as well as a fan, like, you're completely right, man, that all the bad stuff gets reported, but the good stuff doesn't. Like, I can speak personally about how great the Storm were to, like, me and my dad when I was a young kid and when I was ball boy. Like, the reason I sort of started, like, seeing the players and stuff and got to be ball boy was because I went to a Manly game. I don't know, I must have been like 12 years old, and I was getting like treated pretty badly by the Manly fans because I was there in all my Storm gear. And I think my dad said something. We waited outside the change rooms for the players after. My dad said something, and Cooper Cronk came and brought me the shorts that he played in for that game. And then, I kept waiting behind the change rooms and seeing the guys, and they all had so much time for me. And we would sometimes go to games in Melbourne. And you guys know the way Storm do family stuff after the games is so good. And that was just continues to have such a big impression on me about the club. So keep up the good work.
Good feedback.
Good stuff, Dave. All right, that takes in our tips for the week.
Oh, man.
I hit
Here
the
we
jackpot
go.
first up, baby. Dolphins, get home, baby.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, decent week for you, man. You got 5 from 8, hit the Finns on the lock, got the Dogs right, and got the Storm and the Sharks.
What?
Hughesy, shocker of the week. Absolutely shocking. You locked the Dogs, luckily, and you got the Storm, and those are the only 2 you got right. And then Papi, pretty good round, 6 from 8. Sharks, Storm, was Dogs with the lock, and the Finns. So that takes us to Mun's still at the bottom, but creeping back, 43.
Bottom. Fuck, I thought
Hughesy, you're dropping behind Paps on 49, and then Paps out ahead on 53.
And what am I on, sorry?
Wait, so I'm only 4 behind Peps.
Yep.
Oh.
Am
We
I
were
mine?
even last week, but
Mine, you're on
Yeah, it must
43.
have been.
So I'm 5 behind Doos.
Yeah.
wow.
6.
And then 10
Yeah, but
behind.
that's because GA took my tips.
He probably done
He
fucking
locked New South
better.
Wales, but he was good.
Yeah, that was the only one he got right.
Oh, we got New South Wales' the Origin's back this week. Is that right?
Yeah, Thursday
Oh,
night.
really? Ooh, okay. Clean sweep, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'll be there. Come say hi to me. Big fan.
What are you going to be
let me
wearing,
find that.
Dave? Not that mushroom jacket, I hope.
No, I won't be wearing that.
We need to get some merch, bro. We need to get some merch so people,
Yeah,
we
some
know who the big
167
fans
merch.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get on
There's
that.
a few big fans out in at Amy.
Yeah, it always is, eh? It's
Yeah.
so good. Even at the shop, I went to Chadston with Mum. We did when we went shopping, and there was a
Big
couple
fan.
big fans. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Security guard, at the shopping centre.
Islander fella?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I've ran into him actually before.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. So I'm
love
going to
that.
try steal from Louis Vuitton and hopefully he lets me free.
All right, let's go. This
Let's
week's
go.
tip.
All right.
Hey,
Well, Women's
buddy.
Origin, we
I'm
tipping
looking.
first up.
Origin.
Yep.
I'm
New
going.
South Wales are favourites, $1.40. Queensland, $2.99.
It's in Sydney too, isn't it?
It is in Sydney.
Sweet.
You boys
Yep.
got to get Queensland. mate.
Yeah, I'm locking.
Yeah.
Should I lock? I don't know. What
3, 2, 1.
Lock Queensland.
Blues.
Lock 'em in.
Okay. Lock it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Alright.
just feel like it's
The writing's on the wall.
they have to win to make it a because they play 3 games.
Yeah, they done it last year. I reckon there's a bit of scar tissue
I
there.
reckon. Yep. Lock it.
There's scar tissue there.
Lock it in.
Here's it done. All right.
Brigham
Yep.
Shaw.
Alright. First game of the NRL, Knights Eels in Newcastle, and Knights are favourites, $1.70.
Ooh.
Alright.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got one. Fuck, I should
Alright.
lock this game.
3, 2, 1.
Eels.
Para.
And I'm locking it in. Lock it in, Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Power of the lock.
Yeah, okay. I won't lock him just because that. I'll let you catch up. I'll take
Woo, mate.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah.
Good game. I like that game. I'll be watching that. That must be the early 6 p.m.
Yeah,
Friday
6 p.m.
game.
Friday.
Nice.
Yep. Second game on Friday, Dogs Roosters. Dogs are $1.38 favourites, and Dogs are home.
The Belmont?
Fuck, Roosters have
Nah,
beaten some
not
good
Belmore,
teams
Accor
this year.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roosters, anyone out?
No. Oh,
Apart from their.
no, I don't think so.
Not at the moment.
Been a bit going on at the Roosters. Cheese,
Yeah, I
I saw
know.
this morning, just got his
Gone.
release.
Yeah. so-
Rabbitohs.
Is Sandon Smith playing? Did he get injured the other week?
He got got
Concussed.
knocked out, eh? Yeah.
But is he playing this game?
I think he'll be back this game.
Alright.
Yep. Ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Dogs.
Roosters.
Dogs.
Oh, Pappy tipping against your boys.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the
To be fair,
I like
Roosters-
the Roosters match up on the edges. That's what I like.
Roosters have been they've beaten some good
I
teams.
know
They've
what you
stood
mean.
up when they've needed
That
to.
Robert Ty, he's been going good, little bolter. But, mate, Crichton's holding the ball like it's a tennis ball at the moment. Jesus Christ.
Taking
Seriously.
the piss, eh?
He is taking the mickey.
And fuck, Raiders last week.
they have. To be fair, like that first half, Raiders were on. Like I was like, holy, this is like.
Played him in the form.
Didn't expect that, eh? I was like, holy shit. And I was like, I thought our theory was gone.
Yeah.
You know, whoever plays us, or whoever beats us, they always lose the next week. And I thought our theory is gone, but it
Come back,
actually happened. Yeah.
I turned it off thinking, oh, there you goes. There you go.
Yeah.
So
I think
don't talk about those
Roosters
things.
win.
All right.
Yep. All right. Saturday first game: Dolphins versus Warriors at Suncorp, and Warriors are favourites. Just
Yeah, they've been going well, man.
187 to
They only
195.
had one hiccup, and that was against us.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Dolphins.
Was. Oh, okay.
No lock, Pappy.
No.
Nah. Yeah, Warriors have been going good. Dolphins they're a good team too, though. Should be a good game as well.
Let me have
Yep.
a look.
Like Warriors were okay on the
Yeah,
weekend,
they just
but
beat.
we
didn't
did
they?
say it was going to be close.
Yeah. They got up early, didn't they?
Yeah,
They
they're up
got to an early
14-0.
lead and then Dragons come
Dragons
back.
come back.
But they Metcalf with the 1-pointer.
Have they?
The early 1-pointer.
They've done a fair bit of travel last year. Or have they stayed up in Australia?
They might have stayed.
Because they would have gone
They were home,
Magic
though.
Round,
Oh, yeah, Magic
St
Round.
George.
And then, they would have
Back to
stayed, I
Suncorp.
reckon. They would have stayed one of those, surely.
K's in the legs, boys. Dolphins win.
Yep. Don't
Alright.
agree, but
Next game: Cowboys Manly in Townsville. Cowboys are favourites.
Cowboys, Manly.
At
Four.
home in Townsville, eh?
Righto.
Back-to-back games in Townsville. All right.
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Manly lock.
Oh.
Okay.
I do like
Cowboys, 90-minute game
that.
in
They
the
just dropped
heat.
Clifford.
Did they?
They dropped him.
They've got
For-
I thought he was
Duffy?
going well.
young fella
Purdue.
Jackson Purdue in the
Oh, he's
centres.
playing in the halves.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
So
there you
someone's
go.
obviously burst onto the scene in the centres for the Cows. I'm not too sure.
Dude,
They
why
had,
would they do that?
Who'd they have playing there? He got injured.
There's a centre coming back.
What's his name? Yeah.
Labour.
Laybut.
Oh, is he back?
He played Cup.
Oh,
he's been
he
playing
must be
Cup for a
back.
couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Is he back
He must be
playing?
going all right. I don't know.
Must be back.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll take
You know, our
Manly.
teams over
Manly
here
lock.
must know.
Bounce back
will.
after last week.
Yeah, I reckon they do too. Yep.
Yep. Next game, Saturday, 7:30, Shark Park, Storm versus Sharks, and
Late
Storm
game.
are favourites.
Storm are favourites.
Storm are favourites, baby.
Sheriffs.
Yep.
It's a tough
3, 2, 1.
Storm.
Nice.
Stormers.
Just.
Stormers. First game on Sunday, Broncos Dragons at Suncorp, and Broncos are favourites.
Sunday.
Ooh.
Sunday
Benny
Arvo.
Hunt's out. Ezra Mann
Is he back?
may get a gig.
Oh, yeah, he might play. Eh?
He had a good win on the weekend, but he got charged in the Q Cup.
I wonder if he gets off.
All right.
Surely. Yep, I'm ready.
Now I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Broncos.
Bronx.
Yep.
Where'd you go?
I reckon they'll bounce
Broncos.
back.
Yeah.
They have to,
Disappointing loss last week, so they'll be keen
They'll
to.
want-
Yeah,
the team's
fuck, how
off.
about Latrell last week?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Where's
Oh,
Latrell?
That was.
Well, he's try. What do you think?
Oh,
I was sort of. No one really. There was no urgency to jump on him, so it's like.
Yeah, but he took a knee.
Yeah, true. But
I'm a fan of the field goal, but not a fan of that.
yeah, I don't.
tough
I
one.
don't. I
he
reckon.
did take a knee. Like he probably thought someone was going to tackle him.
Yeah, I felt like the Broncos sort of gave up too. Like they just sort of. But I get what you mean. He's pretty much laid down. But I don't know.
It just sort of had the vibe of one of those games. Like I think Penrith did it a few times last year where as soon as they sort of score one try, even though they're still like 10 points behind, you can just see them coming back
Yeah,
and winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I know what you mean,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
Wayne Bronx, maybe there's a little bit in it. Maybe they just went, no, see you, bro. To be honest, you're probably not stopping him from that far out anyway.
Yeah.
Just take a knee, bro.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing from last week, did you guys see the Cowboys trainer spraying the ball with water?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
both
both
of them.
trained. I seen the Penrith one first, and then I was like, oh, yeah, and then the bloody Cowboys one done the same, so they both done it.
Now I think of it, there's actually been a few times I've caught the ball for kickoff being like, fuck,
Wet
the
as
ball's
fuck.
wet.
Yeah.
It didn't even register until I seen the video of that, and I was like, oh.
Do you reckon they both done it because who do you reckon
Seen
done
each
it
other do
first?
it?
Yeah.
I reckon Penrith did it first.
You reckon?
I reckon, yeah.
And then because
Yeah.
I think Todd Payton come out and said like, "Oh, we've seen them do it," so up in the box. So I don't know if they. But that's
It's funny. It's pretty smart.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think it's not against the rules.
No.
It's like the old cricket one where they got the sandpaper out.
Yeah.
Difference between when
Tampering.
when it's raining or not. Someone's
tampering,
somewhere when
yeah.
it's raining, they're probably trying to dry it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, do you remember during COVID when they were washing?
Yeah,
the
they had
ball
to
with
wash
soap
them.
on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sideline?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just say that.
Maybe I was just watching it.
I
so
guess
they
I guess
didn't-
the thing is though, like you can't tell if there's water in that. Like imagine it's just like grease. Just
Yeah,
spraying
imagine
the
if it
ball,
was
oil
like
or something. You know,
proper
like,
slippery.
that's probably
Yeah,
the
true.
only thing is like they probably couldn't tell if it obviously is water, but
Yeah. Well, apparently there's a rule that the trainers are not allowed to touch the ball.
the player just goes.
It's like
Yeah.
when you're playing cricket, like someone like tampering the ball. You reckon?
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
That's it's
Yeah, I
interesting.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like it's pretty funny. But
Yeah, it is funny. I was laughing.
Yeah, I was getting a kick out of it. But you wouldn't be happy if you dropped it if the kick
Nah.
off.
I wonder if you could challenge it.
challenge. He fucking sprayed it. He sprayed it.
Can you go back on the footage? Can we go back on that captain challenge, please?
He sprayed it.
That's pretty
all
brilliant.
time.
Just every time you drop the ball, fuck, they sprayed it. So
Can I challenge that?
All right, where are we?
One more game?
Sorry, boys.
Two more games.
Two more games.
Raiders Titans in Canberra. Raiders are pretty heavy favourites. Yeah.
yep.
3, 2, 1.
Raiders
Yeah.
After the loss,
Yeah.
get them up and about.
at home. That'll be
Kick up the
right.
bum.
All right. Last game of the round. Tigers Bunnies. Oh, you should have saved your lock because this one is dead even at the moment.
Is it
Yeah. In Campbelltown.
And is there anyone back?
Tigers Bunnies? I think Jack Whiten back yet? No, because he hasn't played the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Cody Walker's still out.
Yeah, I
I'm
think,
pretty know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, right.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Tigers.
Tigers.
Ooh, Bunnies.
Ooh.
Boys, gotta keep following the trend, baby. Who'd we verse last week?
Nah, but it's.
When they win.
I feel like it's when they beat us.
It's been every team this year.
Is it? Well, everyone's lost.
Yeah.
After us.
Yeah.
they're breaking the hoodoo.
Yeah, I reckon they
I'm gonna
are.
say Bunnies win by a margin.
What?
You reckon? The monster.
Yep.
They weren't that bad on the weekend. We just
No,
just
we
got
were
their
really good.
We just
Yeah.
got their 50-50s.
But like
Yeah.
Bunnies come off the back of beating Broncos.
Yeah, they would have to be confident.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I reckon it's a confident team versus a team that's keen to bounce back. So
If
it's,
Latrell does anything like he did on the weekend, then yeah, good luck to your Tigers. But I think they're going to. Or their whole game plan is going to surround Latrell, and you have to.
Yeah, I think that's nearly my most confident.
really,
Yeah.
you would lock it if you didn't use your lock.
Yeah, but I like my lock as well.
Oh, I see. Sweet.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I think there's a few different tips there this week.
Yeah.
I need 10.
I'm
10.
going to the top.
If you get
Let's
a
go.
perfect round, do you get an extra point?
Or, yeah, okay, we'll chuck it in.
Yeah,
just
do it.
because I don't think that'll happen.
No one's going
but
to get
sure.
one.
Sure.
No,
Yeah.
not the way the NRL's been going this year.
True.
Yeah, true.
All right, let's go. Better be big fan of the week
Yes.
moments. Good segment up here again. Once again, Dave will go at the end, I think, with our voice recordings.
Yep.
Boys, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I'm happy to go with mine. Mine's a little bit outside the box.
This.
Been taking a little bit of advice from people. So I went and watched a TV series called Ransom Kenyon. It's on Netflix. It's about 10 episodes at the moment. Don't know how to say his name. His name's Josh Jamal. Is it Josh Jamal?
I don't know who.
He's in a couple of movies. He's in a couple of movies. I don't mind. He's an actor. It's a bit like Yellowstone. Like obviously he's got a property. I don't want to give too much away, but 10 episodes.
Ransom Canyon.
10
On
episodes at the moment. Netflix.
Netflix?
Yep.
One season?
One season at the moment. They're starting to do season 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's my big fan of the week, boys.
Is your big
Yeah, I
fan
like it.
Quinn or the?
Yeah.
Nah, we'll keep it G-rated. But this the
Just the
episodes.
show.
Yeah,
Righto.
I was that hooked that I watched 10 episodes in 3 days.
Did you?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
that
that's when
hooked.
you know it's good, I reckon. Once you get
So you know you got 3 kids.
binge
eh?
watching.
I was binging every night.
Oh, night.
Yeah, we'll put the
Kids
kids
in
down by
bed.
7. Bang.
I like that.
Bianca a fan too? She
Yeah, loved
watching
it. Yep, she loved it. So
That's
that's
good.
my big fan of the week, boys.
Like it.
Nice. I like it. Mine's pretty similar. It's a TV show. Like me and Mole, like there's been nothing on TV, like nothing to watch. We never really watch TV. We just have it on while we have dinner, then go upstairs and watch. We have to watch Young Sheldon now because Big Bang Theory's off Netflix. Filthy. But we've been watching The Floor. Has anyone been watching The Floor on Channel 9?
I know about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new shout out to Channel 9. It's a new it's a new show where it's like they have like a I hope I don't explain this, make it too hard, but like they all started, there's heaps of them, I don't know how many, like 30 maybe, and they all had a bit on the floor, the whole thing, and then they challenge people for their bits of the floor. So you go one-on-one and you have say a topic each. So you say, what's your best topic, you reckon? Like, say you're smartest at. It could be anything, like kitchen utensils or whatever. Oh, well, whatever it is. Say yours is kitchen utensils, mine's like rugby league.
Ask him about kitchen utensils.
Rugby league players.
Yeah.
And then if I challenge you, we go off your one, and then whoever
you
wins.
think you could beat me in what
Yeah, whoever wins, then I take your floor, or you take mine.
And then they get knocked out.
Yeah, and then they get knocked out. Whoever has the floor at the end wins 200k. So it's pretty cool, bro. It's like we've been watching at Hundies because you can sort of play along at home, and me and Mom's been going at it.
You know
Who's winning? Who's winning out of your
Yeah,
mom?
me, bro. You know,
Let's have a floor
got
challenge
that
next
knowledge.
week then.
let's do it. It's a pretty cool concept, bro. Like, and like once you use yours, it's gone, and then you pick up whoever you beat.
You get theirs.
Yeah, you get theirs, and then other people can challenge you. And I think whoever's got the biggest part of the floor every night, they win 10k.
So you could like sort of be good at trivia or a good
but good at everything, really.
Yeah.
Like you start on what you have, but then once that's gone, then it could be anything. So.
Could that be a new segment then?
Not to replace
perfect partners, the floor.
Yeah, the floor.
We could
pretty
do that.
cool.
Could be a
Could.
little
It is
segment.
pretty cool.
That's
So
Could a
good
little
watch.
collab with 9 as well.
Yeah.
All over it.
It's on Monday, Tuesday nights, 7:30.
So
I think.
tonight?
So. Yeah, be on
I'll
tonight.
have to give it a look then.
Watch it. It's good. It's good.
I'll give it a go.
And let us know. Let us know your thoughts.
My big fan of the week is a fellow golfer from across the ditch, Ryan Fox.
Yeah, Foxy.
First PGA Tour title win at the Myrtle Beach Classic, I think it was. Chipped in a playoff
To win it.
to win it. So
You can't get angry at that.
first PGA Tour title win. Obviously, we claim him as our own because he's across the ditch. But yeah, massive for him. I think
Kiwis.
he's had a few close encounters.
He's been up there, hasn't
he? I think he didn't play Masters this year, but probably his win that secures him in there for a long time now and gets his card. And I think he only just got his card last year, like only just slid in. So
That's nice.
yeah, Ryan Fox. There you go.
What
Shout
clubs
out
are you
Ryan
using? Do you know what
Fox.
clubs are you
I
using?
don't know what clubs he's using.
Okay.
I don't know, but I know we've got a lot of golfer fans on here, so
Yes, there
they'll
you go.
appreciate that one. So good on you, Ryan.
We'll shout out
Yeah,
Foxy.
Ryan.
The namesake.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you've got our merch giveaway pack winner.
Yep. So you have no idea how many messages we got through this week. And I reckon about 90%
It would have been all
of them-
Ryan.
Yeah, it was all Ryan. So I actually haven't put any of those in because
come on, mate. Give
we
him
don't
his
want him getting
flowers.
big head. It would have been too easy. That would have been the one to pick. And, I went for some of the more unique ones.
Yeah, I like
so
that.
we've got-
I like that.
Yeah, we've got 4 here to listen to. So let's have a listen. And remember, head to memo.fm/167 podcast and leave us a question as well for listener questions. We'll get to them in a sec.
Hi, lads. Big fan of the potty. My big fan of the week goes out to myself, being a Tigers fan and having to sit through 80 minutes of what you boys did to my team and having to listen to my Storm mates rip into me for the whole 80 minutes. Yeah. Not too happy about that one. Cheers for that.
Sorry, mate.
But I sat through it, and I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah, it's a fair effort.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a fair.
it's
To be
okay.
fair, like if I'm watching, say, my Richmond Tigers and they're getting pumped, I'm
Since when are you
gone.
on the Richmond train?
I'm gone. You know what I mean? Day dot. 2016. You know what I mean? Like if my team's losing, I'm not watching anymore.
I'd probably be more filthy as a Tigers fan knowing that we got rid of someone that just absolutely dismantled my club. Ryan used to be a Tigers junior and they got rid of him. So,
True. And then we had Steph.
Yeah, we had
and
Steph as
Blory.
well.
Steph, Glory.
so if I'm probably him,
Yeah.
I'm
I did see a lot of
recruitment.
comments saying, "Why did we let him go?"
People just don't get that, eh? Like,
Yeah, it's not that
it's
simple.
not that. Like, if I stayed, like, I don't know. I feel like I learned a lot about my footy down here. So
Yeah.
it's like,
You can't be too angry. They got Dream Buller as well. He's no slouch. He's
Yeah.
an up and coming player too. He's a freak. So
yeah.
But you're a freak too, so yeah. Look,
It's easier to talk
pass and
about, I
parcel.
guess.
Yeah.
Easy denominator.
Yeah.
Oh, spill, mate. Unlucky.
That's a, yeah, that's
Okay.
a.
I'm not happy for you, but
He done well to just to stay locked in.
All right, next one.
Boys, how are we? Big fan. My big fan at the moment of the week is watching you boys have your parents there. He's ran out for the game on Sunday. I thought it was pretty touching to have the family there for the game, and yeah, just a good touch there. And also can't leave out Papi's 4 tries there. Just a magnificent game from you boys. But yeah, have a good one, lads.
Very good. It was nice having them there.
Yeah, it was good. I love that round. Like, apart from having our own parents there, it's good to see everyone else's, and you get to, like the younger boys as well. Their parents were there, and the feeder boys as well. Their parents were there, and it's cool just to, just to link up with them and talk to them. I was talking to Keegs' dad for a bit. He's
Troy.
a proud Penrith man, but he said he's got a soft spot for the purple now, so. It was pretty cool to see. So it's cool, those little stories, and talking to a few of the boys' parents I haven't met before.
especially when you do My Families and stuff, and the boys talk about their mums and dads and their siblings and that. And then when you actually see them in real life, when you've heard about their journey, what they did for work and what they did as kids. So it's good to obviously hear their stories from obviously the younger guys, but to be able to see them in real life and be able to connect with them and understand what they've done, it's probably more on a deeper level. But probably on that one, it's pretty special. Are you going to do merch now? I think you're doing merch with Pies, aren't you? 4 and 20? 4 and Pappy? You were telling me yesterday you were trying to make some money.
That ship sailed. Maybe something else.
You're doing cashies or something. You're doing cashies with Pies or
We'll
something.
do some
You're
167 ones.
Yeah.
I reckon. We'll sort that out.
Let's get some going. Let's get some merch going.
Yep, we'll get on it. Next one.
Hey lads, my big fan moment of the week is watching Grant tell Bellyache to smile while the Storms are leading by 64 points.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was pretty. I actually seen it when we were. I don't know when it was though.
When you're breathing?
I think it was like literally 5 minutes to go. It might have been after the last try was
Yeah, I
scored.
think I was on the bench and I seen it. I was like, "Fuck, that's so good."
Because there was even, I think we were maybe 34 or 40 points up, and it was when Sewer made that break and dropped it, and Bellamy just like blew up huge. It's like, bro, come on.
Should have seen today when we had a comedian in, couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, he was loving
Yeah, he
it.
was loving it.
He was belly laughing. I've never seen it before. It was the best.
It's funny how some people find like
The,
something's really funny. Yeah, like Means was crying.
Yeah, Means. I was like,
losing
what the-
his shit.
I've never seen Means laugh in his life, and he was fucking cracking up.
But no, good big fan. I think they're all worthy contestants this week.
Yeah.
Yep, we got one more.
Oh,
One more.
got
Yeah,
four.
yeah, I know. There was so many this week. It was
Yeah,
hard to
no,
narrow
fair,
it down. So last one.
I'm going to nominate my mum to be the best fan of the week. Not only does she love you guys, she's been a diehard fan of Melbourne Storm since 1998. And I think my mum deserves to be the fan of the week. Not only did she survive a car accident this week, but she even worked on Mother's Day and watched her boys play. So I'm nominating my mum. Thanks, guys.
Does mum have a name or shout out her
Yeah,
mum?
shout out the mum.
Very impressive. Car crash and
Car crash and
watching
then,
footy on the weekend.
yeah, and working on Mother's Day.
Special.
That's crazy.
Special. My only flaw with that is, what was it? Best fan of the week.
Yeah. Said
And
a
no
big
name.
fan.
That's my only flaw for that. But good stuff. Really good stuff. All right.
I
let's
think
get
I got
into,
mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Three. Harry into Craig.
I was going to go 2, but I'm happy with 3.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
happy. I was going to go 4 because of Mother's Day, but
Yeah.
unfortunately she said best fan, not big fan. So that's a little no for me.
Well, that's how fine our details are getting.
Yeah.
But, no, all very good. I think 3 was just,
Yeah.
crack up, very funny.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good watch.
So, Dave will reach out and you'll
Yep.
get your merch pack. So, well done.
Congrats.
Thank you. And keep sending them in. We love hearing it each week.
Yes.
Whether you send the voice memos or you just say it in person, gives us a good kick. So,
Pretty cool hearing them.
beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yep, we got some listener questions as well.
Let's go.
Got 2 here. It's been a long potty, so I'll only do
mate.
2 of these,
Yeah.
but I'll save some more for next week.
Yep.
Let's have a listen.
Yo, kia ora, my brothers. Big for round 2. Nah, all good.
Is that the bro
Nah,
again?
your boys are safe as. Question of the week. Who was your biggest role model or like idol when you were growing up as like a young pup? Mine was probably SJ. Bang, left foot later, cuz. Nah, good to see you, boys. I'll talk to you.
Oh, who is this guy? I love
So
him.
is this the guy that
Has
it
to
was
be.
from the first time, eh?
I think so.
Yeah, it
sounded
was.
the
He
same.
said round 2, yeah.
Cracking.
Love the chat. That's why I like
Bang,
the memos.
bang.
The memos are good.
Just put his own spin on it.
Yeah.
All right, role models growing up, boys. I don't really have one, but I
Yeah.
reckon like I liked watching certain players, and Ben Barber was one. Brett Camorley was another. Obviously, both played for the Dogs. And a different one, Benny Roberts.
True.
Play-
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah, we're
he,
talking about him.
He was with the Bulldogs for a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
I just liked his way he.
Yeah, he got a little
Correct.
sharp left
He was
foot.
smooth,
He was
eh?
smooth with it.
He was
He was,
silky.
he was a good lad too. He was
Yeah?
at the Storm as well, so
Yeah,
I got the
nice.
opportunity to play with him. He was a gun.
Yeah, so they're probably my 3 that I reckon I'd get the little cutouts of and put them on my school book, and Mum would like laminate them up or whatever they do. They're probably my 3, but I wouldn't have like one pure standout.
Yeah, I was probably the same when I was in New Zealand. Like, loved Stacey Jones, obviously. He was a legend back then, and still is now. But he was someone I watched then. Then I moved to the Gold Coast, and I started following the Broncos. And I was a big fan of Carmichael Hunt. He was, I don't know. He started like when he first come on the scene. He was like 17, I think. He started. And he like had these big like step. Like like he used to jump and wiggle and do all that stuff, and I used to love that. And then he turned into like this hard nut that used to, his kick returns, he just used to run it straight instead of like stepping. So I loved him and his toughness. Lockyer, Hodges, they were all, I was all big fans of those. And then obviously Benji Marshall was a big Benji Marshall fan as well. So yeah, there was heaps. It was sort of like not one guy I followed. I was a big fan of rugby league, so I followed lots of different guys.
Yeah, mine was probably like growing up, probably my cousin. He got me into footy. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't. If it wasn't for him getting me into footy, I probably wouldn't have ever played it. So he's probably a role model in that space. But on the field, I would say Darren Lockyer and then Billy Slater. I think just watching them two. When Darren retired, obviously I fell in love with Billy. So it's weird. It's a little bit of a full circle moment, but being able to play with him and then work with him, that was pretty special.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Last question.
Hey boys, big fan of the podcast. Got to ask a question. Mine after your little suplex against the Raiders. If there was to be a Royal Rumble of past and present players, who do you think would win, and what would each of yours entrance music be?
How many blokes are in there? How many blokes are in
30.
Royal Rumble?
Royal
30.
Rumble, yeah.
Who would win
Well,
it?
do we want to do it out of the current Storm squad and then maybe all time?
Yeah, who would win it?
Yeah.
I reckon Nelson wins
Yeah,
it.
Nelson
You can't
win
get him
it.
over the top rope
Nah.
unless we all as a pack
Yeah, and
go for him. But until then, it's like he probably just start tossing you over the top.
yeah, I reckon he'd. Yeah,
Phil was first. He's gone. He's brown bread.
Although he's speed, he could get away.
We're not in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's only a little ring.
Because they slowly go out, don't they? I don't know who wins. That's a good. Kingy be hard. He'd be like a little Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to. Fuck, he'd be hard to get over the ropes. I reckon he'd just be against the ropes.
I'd be like, hey, mate, me and you together, Nelson, and then just get him.
Just do the sneaky.
Get sneaky.
Just lie and then.
I lie. I cheat.
Eddie
I steal.
Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero. You'd have to go like someone that's big, but like I don't know.
I reckon you'd be Rey Mysterio like. I reckon you'd be bouncy.
I wouldn't last long.
Oh, well, I know I'm not lasting long either because there'd be that many blokes going, nah, F this bloke. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I reckon you go Nas.
Elliot'd be up there, but there'd be other guys as well. Like you, maybe Lazarus.
It's one of the bigger boys, you
Yeah.
think.
These blokes who can't lift. But in saying that, you could have tactics and go, yeah, let's be together, and then you just double team someone. Like, so I feel like it'd be like, who do you want to win?
Tough question. What do you guys think? We get the fans to who wins a Royal Rumble? Storm
So you-
Royal Rumble.
Do you reckon Nelson then, as a group?
Nelson, not Kingy, I'd say.
Or Stefano might be there as well.
I don't know.
The great Carly.
The great Khalid. Tough one, yeah.
I like it though. Well, actually, what was it? What would your music go through then? I think we've already
I
spoken
think we've
about
done that one
Yeah.
before.
We have spoken about
Oh,
that.
and the
yeah.
Edge. Edge's song.
Ah, yeah.
I think that wraps us up, eh? That's it. All right. Beauty. Another long episode, but plenty of good content in there. So thanks for, I guess, coming in, but you already come in. So we got anything coming up the next few weeks? We got the bye. Origins coming up.
Yeah, we got one more game into the bye. Well, we didn't really talk about this week's game, did we?
Not really, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, talk about that next week.
Yeah. It was a bit on this week. Like it.
Yeah, it
you
was
know
a bit
what? Perfect Partners can't be in there because it would have been too long. Anyway.
Yeah, fair.
Unfortunate.
That's right, boys. I'll make up for that. I'll shout his dinner. That's on me.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned the place. That's on me. So
Yeah, done.
Oh, can we go just quickly before we go? Who won Ted's versus Yobbos this week?
wasn't an
Nah,
away
home
game.
game.
It was a
Home game.
So
Oh, it's only a away
yeah,
game.
the week
Okay.
before.
Yeah, but there is another big Ted's versus Yobbos coming up this week. So
Yeah.
see how we go.
Maybe we just all go down to the swings. And
Yeah, but
have a turn on the swing.
it's a flip the dynamic. We won and we still lost.
Maybe we
so,
need to find a new game.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Just a toss up. Although I like kick tennis because I'm no good at cricket, but
Lawn bowls.
yeah.
We'll see. All right, we'll keep you updated. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Another long episode, but we appreciate the love. All right, we'll see you next week.
Peace, guys.
Cheers.
I don't know. I feel like lawn bowls, you can't cheat lawn bowls.